light for you on the window breaks.
How much is that canine American in the window?
The Woman in the Window. I'm going to keep this review short and sweet because I don't have a lot of specifics to talk about. The Woman in the Window was directed by Joe Wright and is based off of the novel by A.J. Finn, which you can see I have read.
You can't read it from the outside.
All right, you know what? Forget it.
I can read it.
The Woman in the Window stars Amy Adams as the main character, Anna Fox, as well as a slew of other great cast members like Gary Oldman, Julianne Moore, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Not to mention Brian Tyree Henry. He's great in Atlanta, and he's good in this too. Oh, and Wyatt Russell, he's good too. Can't forget to mention him. So the basic plot boils down to this. Our protagonist has agoraphobia, which means they fear leaving their house. And so she spies on her neighbors in New York City, and she thinks she sees her neighbor get murdered, and it sends her into a spiral. And it's a mystery slash thriller slash drama. First off, I want to say, while I do have the book, and I did love the book when I read it, it's been a few years since I read the book, so when I watched the movie, I wasn't trying to compare too closely. I do think that it was a faithful adaptation, but in terms of little nuances, I wouldn't really be able to tell. Let me just say that this cast does a really great job, especially Amy Adams. She does a lot with what she's given. She puts in a great performance. I have no qualms there. The director, Joe Wright, does a good job. I've seen one of his other movies, Darkest Hour, and I really enjoyed that. And for the most part in this one, I thought he did a good job. There were some scenes where I was like, wow, that was a really cool shot. And there were others where I was like, what in the world is happening? So it's a little bit of a mixed bag there. But for the most part, I thought it was adequately directed. In terms of writing, it's a little bit hard for me to review this movie in an unbiased light because I already know the story from the book. So for certain things with like the mystery and how things are revealed, it's a little bit harder for me to tell whether it was too obvious or you could see it coming because I know what's going to happen. So I'm not the best authority there. I did like the dialogue and the way it was written, and some of that might be A.J. Finn because I like the book, but you never know. I don't have a lot of specific cons besides the fact that some of the directorial choices were weird, but I've seen a lot of hate for this movie online, and I don't fully understand why people are making such a big fuss about it. This is a Hitchcock type movie. I will say that. People are saying it's a ripoff, but it's done intentionally like that. In the book, he even mentions Rear Window, and you can see parts of Rear Window in the movie, and that's intentional. It's supposed to be like that. And I personally don't have a problem with it. Some people might think that it's just kind of ripping it off. I don't feel that way. I love Rear Window. It's one of my favorite Hitchcocks behind Psycho. And to see a movie that kind of tries to do that in the modern era, I can appreciate that. And like I said before, some of the ways that people might have problems with the way the story is laid out, I may not notice because I already knew what was going to happen because I know the story. So it doesn't bother me at all. And the inevitable question that people always ask when it comes to adaptations of books, was it as good as the book? Was the movie better than the book? I mean, no. Most of the time, you're not going to get that. There's very few instances where the movie's better than the book, Fight Club being one of them. But, the book's still better than the movie here, but I still think the movie is a decent movie. Is it going to win any awards? Did it blow me away? No. But did I enjoy myself while watching it? And did I have a good time? Yeah. I think people need to not give this movie so much hate. It's not the worst thing, guys. When all is said and done, I think this is a pretty middle-of-the-road movie that I wouldn't be disappointed with if someone just wanted to throw on and play. I'll give it a 7.2 out of 10. It's a decent Hitchcockian flick. Maybe I am biased, because I've been waiting for this movie ever since I read the book. But you know what? Whatever. I'm just trying to say how I feel about it, and I think that people are being too harsh.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Alright guys, well if you enjoyed the review, please hit like and subscribe. It'd really help the channel out, and check back for more reviews soon.
They're all hiding something.
Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.